Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of American Soccer Quick Kicks. Got a busy week coming up. I had an eventful day yesterday. I'm recording this on Monday, July 17th. I just wanted to get on here really and just share with you some of my thoughts on the Gold Cup and the United States exit from that. But of course, got to stop and acknowledge the fact that it was a huge day in the history of the league yesterday in Miami, not only for MLS, but really for the history of the sport in America, with Leo Messi officially being introduced in Miami to the team, and also his former Barcelona teammate, Sergio Busquets. It's you can't overstate what a big deal this is. When David Beckham came to the league in 2007, he changed the league permanently. Right, it was really because of him the league introduced a way to be able to pay players more. We still have very strict roster rules and salary cap rules in place, but they were even more strict before David Beckham loosened them up in order to be able to pay better players to come to the league. And ever since then, we have seen the quality of play increase, the quality of player increase, and it also introduced an era of rapid expansion that we're still in the middle of, really. This is bigger than that. And if those of you that can remember the North American Soccer League from the 70s, when Pele came to the United States and played for the New York Cosmos, how huge that was, what huge crowds that league was drawing in the late 70s, driven by him and players, kind of that caliber that were coming in and putting the United States on the soccer map. This is bigger than any of that. Leo Messi's best player in the world, just coming off a World Cup, and he's ready to contribute and ready to build the project in Miami. You can't overstate his popularity worldwide. It's going to drive eyeballs to Major League Soccer all over the world. I imagine Apple's really going to reap the benefits of this, because by having the league on Apple TV, it's available to anybody in the world. All they got to do is sign up with a subscription, and they can see it no matter where they are. And so he's got fans everywhere. So it's exciting. I'm looking forward to see him play. It's hard to believe that he's in Major League Soccer, and it's not like he's ready to retire. He's still got some mileage left. So we're looking forward to that. He's actually going to debut, or he's slated to debut for Miami this coming Friday, July 21st. In the League's Cup. Miami is playing Cruz Azul, so there are going to be some Cruz Azul fans that will be able to see him in his debut playing against that Mexican side. I've got a lot more to say about League's Cup. I'll put that in a different video. But first, this exciting week, hope to see Messi in action on Friday for Miami. It's going to be insane. But I want to spend a little bit of time talking about the Gold Cup. Obviously, United States lost at the semifinal stage to Panama in penalty kicks. And then the Gold Cup concluded yesterday with Mexico beating Panama. So we still have only 3 winners ever in the history of the Gold Cup. Now Mexico has 9 championships to their history, where the United States has 7 and Canada has 1. So congratulations from Mexico. They've been having a really rough couple of years, and I'm sure that they're excited to be able to hang their hats on this trophy. But what about the United States? Okay, so I see a lot of negativity, a lot of toxicity among the fan base when it comes to the Gold Cup. I really don't get it. I try to be more positive and more optimistic, less cynical. I don't want to be cynical about this team. I just want to be able to enjoy rooting for the United States and seeing them play soccer. And I know that it's not our World Cup team, right? It's not our A squad. It's mostly MLS guys. And but that's okay with me. Like, I don't understand getting mad at the fact that certain players are not playing. Like, you want your beast team to have experience, right? And the A squad is not going to be challenged by the Gold Cup. I mean, they're just not. That's where CONCACAF is right now, and it's probably going to stay that way. The United States is the best team in CONCACAF, especially when we put our A squad out there. So why not field a team that's going to be challenged by CONCACAF? So these are guys, they just got invaluable international experience, and you can't put that down. I don't understand. Well, those aren't the guys I think are the best, so I'm not going to watch, or I'm going to hate watch. I'm going to be angry about it. You know, this is our team. This United States team. They're playing for a trophy. Let's cheer them on. And if you're a fan of Major League Soccer, these are players that you're familiar with, and you want to see them do well. They don't have to be our best team for me to still want to cheer for them. I don't understand why you have the negativity. But what I do understand is that the Gold Cup, it's hard for the Gold Cup to feel important. This is CONCACAF's championship, supposedly the premier tournament. We're not bothering to send our best team. We don't need to. Like our we made it to the semifinals and we could have easily beaten Panama. Matt Turner had a rare mistake, which he was put in a tough situation, had to make a tough decision. Can't entirely blame him for the goal, although, if when he came out of his box at that moment where the goal was conceded, if he had, if it just come out a little bit differently, if he's able to make that play, maybe we win. Um, so we had a competitive team, but I agree. Like, what can we do to make the Gold Cup better? Like the Euros are highly respected. Copa America is highly respected. What can we do with the Gold Cup? Well, I don't know if we can because CONCACAF's largely made up of nations that are not awesome at soccer. We have you get the top tier, right? But after you get past the first four, five, six teams, it starts to get really slim pickings. I have a few ideas, and I'd love to hear from you. What I'd like to see, number one, is that the Nations League be held every 2 years instead of every year. I've seen some people say that it's supposed to be every 2 years, and we've just, the first iteration got messed up by COVID, the second one got interrupted by the World Cup. This is going to settle out, and then we'll be alternating Gold Cup, Nations League every summer. I think that's how it should be. I'm not entirely sure that the Nations League is on a a uh, a once every 2 year schedule. I think it's an annual event from what I've been able to gather. We've yet to have like a normal couple of cycles in a row to really be able to figure this out. But if it is an annual event, I think it needs to change. And I think we need to have one or the other every summer, but never both back to back, practically in the same window. Because you can't have the same group of players playing through all of that. I understand. But how about this? So we know that in the next Nations League, the one starting in the fall that will end next spring, that we're going to it will determine which CONCACAF teams play in Copa America. And so Copa America, South American version of all that, and they don't have enough countries in South America to fill out a bracket, so they're always inviting other teams in. The United States needs the Copa America, right? Especially for this World Cup qualifying cycle where we're not going to be playing any qualifying matches, and we need all the competitive matches we can get our hands on. Why not? This is what if I could wave a magic wand, this is what I would do. Nations League every 2 years, Gold Cup every 2 years. I mean, where they're alternating, right? But the Nations League semifinalist, the final four in Nations League don't play in Gold Cup at all. Instead, they qualify for the Copa America. So every Nations League, CONCACAF's best four teams would play in Copa America. And then you free up the field, you bring in some more teams, and you let everybody else in CONCACAF play for the Gold Cup. Because right now, frankly, we've outgrown the Gold Cup, and we need more of a challenge, and we just like to be able to care more about the games the United States is playing in. Anyway, that's how I think it should be done. I don't have a problem cheering for the United States men's team, no matter who they put out on the field. I think we showed well, especially considering the squad that we had, and I don't think there's any shame in how it went this year. So anyway, those are my thoughts on the Gold Cup. I would just encourage you to don't let your opinions on who the best players are, which you and I probably would agree on that to a large extent, but don't let that get in the way of your enjoyment of this team, right? And are you having fun? I mean, if you spend all your time angry at the team, are you a fan? I mean, why give yourself that? Why invite that negativity or create that negativity for yourself? So just recognize this is the squad we're putting out there. Wish them the best. See how they do. Cheer them on. I would rather. I mean, would it be boring to have our A squad out there running circles around everybody? Isn't it more exciting to have to play hard and compete and not know how the result's going to go? I don't know. I enjoy the Gold Cup. I watched every match the United States was in, and I'm not going to sit there and hate the players because it's the wrong name on the back of the jersey. So anyway, um, so the Major League Soccer season is now on pause. We are in the League's Cup break. I'm going to do another video just on the League's Cup. Leo Messi now plays for Inter Miami. So does Sergio Busquets, and we should be able to see them in action on Friday against Cruz Azul. This is a whole new era. It's a whole new era for Major League Soccer. It's a whole new era for American soccer. So anyway, look for my next video where I'll talk about League's Cup. Get ready to watch some soccer with me, and I'll talk to you next time.